You've been around a lot of people in your life. Good people, interesting people, people you enjoy, people you love in their own way. And then there's that one person. Around everyone else, you're fine. Normal going through your day. Around them, something switches on. Colors feel brighter. You're funnier, sharper, more present than you are anywhere else. You notice things you wouldn't normally notice. Time does something strange, either disappears completely or slows down in a way you actually want. That feeling isn't in your head. There is a real, measurable, documented reason why one specific person can make you feel more alive than literally everyone else combined. And today, I'm breaking it down into 5 reasons, because once you understand what's actually happening, you'll never look at that connection the same way again. Main content. Reason 1. Their presence triggers a genuine dopamine response in your brain. Not the mild kind, the significant kind. Dopamine is the chemical your brain releases when something genuinely rewarding happens. And here's what most people don't realize. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about anticipation, pursuit, the electricity of something mattering. When you're around most people, your brain stays relatively calm. Normal baseline. Nothing remarkable happening neurologically. But around this specific person, your dopamine system activates differently. The unpredictability of how the interaction will go. The awareness that this person's opinion of you matters. The possibility of something, connection, understanding. A moment that lands all of that, lights up regions of your brain that most daily experiences never touch. That's why you feel sharper around them, more present, more like the best version of yourself is suddenly available. Your brain is running on something it doesn't get from anywhere else. Reason 2, they see a version of you that most people miss, and your nervous system knows it. Here's something that doesn't get said enough. We don't feel most alive in front of people who only see the surface of us. We feel most alive in front of people who actually see us, the real version, the one underneath the performance we run for most of the world. When someone consistently responds to who you actually are, not the edited version, not the one carefully managed for social approval, your nervous system relaxes in a way it almost never gets to. And paradoxically, that relaxation creates aliveness, because you're not spending energy maintaining an image. All of that energy is suddenly free to be present, engaged, and genuinely yourself. You feel more alive around them, because around them you actually are more yourself. And being fully yourself, it turns out, feels extraordinary compared to the mild numbness of being slightly less than that everywhere else. Reason 3, they activate something in you that was already there but dormant. This is the one people find hardest to explain when it's happening to them. It doesn't feel like they're giving you something new. It feels like they're waking something up that was always there, waiting, a version of yourself, more curious, more open, more willing to feel things fully. That doesn't show up in most situations because most situations don't ask for it. Psychologists who study this describe it as identity expansion, the experience of your sense of self actually growing in response to another person. The activities they're interested in suddenly interest you. The perspectives they carry make you think differently about things you thought were settled. Their way of moving through the world makes you aware of ways your own could be different. Around them, you're not just present, you're becoming. And becoming is one of the most alive feelings a human being can have. Reason 4, the connection is genuinely unpredictable, and your brain is addicted to that. Predictability is comfortable, but comfortable and alive are not the same thing. Most relationships in our lives have a reliable script. You roughly know how interactions will go, what will be said, how things will feel, and that reliability is valuable. It creates safety, but with this person, you don't always know. The conversation can go anywhere. They surprise you. They say something unexpected, and you find yourself thinking about it hours later. The interaction doesn't follow a script because they're genuinely not scripted. Your brain treats that unpredictability as stimulation, It stays alert. It stays engaged. It cannot coast on autopilot the way it can everywhere else. And that heightened engagement registers in your body as being more awake, more present, more alive than the familiar, predictable comfort of most of your other interactions. Reason 5. Being around them reminds you that you are capable of feeling this much. This last one is the quietest and possibly the most important. Most of us go through large stretches of our lives feeling things at a moderate volume, not numb exactly, just not fully turned on. We manage, we function, we find moments of genuine joy and real connection, but the intensity stays within a manageable range. And then this person shows up, and suddenly, the volume isn't moderate anymore. You feel things you forgot. You were capable of feeling at this intensity. Hope, curiosity, the specific vulnerability of caring deeply about how something turns out. That reminder that you are still someone who can feel this much is itself a kind of aliveness, because somewhere along the way, a lot of people quietly wonder if that capacity has left them. If the most vivid emotional experiences are behind them, and then one specific person walks into the room and answers that question without saying a word. No, it hasn't left. It was just waiting for the right person to call it back out. 5 reasons. And if you've been carrying around the experience of feeling inexplicably more alive around one specific person without knowing why, now you know it's not imagination, it's not obsession, it's your brain, your nervous system, and your sense of self all responding to something genuinely rare, something that most people only feel a handful of times in their lives. Don't take it lightly, and don't talk yourself out of it just because it's inconvenient or unexpected or doesn't follow the rules you thought you were living by. Tell me in the comments who came to your mind right now. You don't have to say their name. Just drop a and I'll know I read every single one. If this channel is giving you something real, subscribe to Heart Whisper and hit that bell. Every week I'm here breaking down the psychology behind the connections and feelings that matter most in plain language. No fluff, just the honest truth about what's actually happening inside us. Next video is already coming. Subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you there.